Surprise! Thank you very much. What an honor it is to be here. We were talking at our table earlier on just about the reaction to the alarms. Nobody moved. Nobody moved at all. And we were discussing that it was a small glimpse into how Britain colonized India. Just a little glimpse. It was kind of, somebody was saying, you know, the East India people, I think they're coming. And we go, khana kha rahe hain? So well done, everybody. That's a history lesson for all of us. My lords, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present these awards. I was lucky enough to receive one of these awards a couple of years back. And these awards are very special because they do celebrate Asia in the way that geography will tell you Asia is. A lot of people think that Asia starts at Southall and finishes at Bangladesh. And it's not true. It starts in Slough and it goes all the way to Japan. It's all the way across. Also, it struck me as well that when I was growing up, I'm older than a lot of you here. Yes, I know I don't look it. You didn't say that, did you? Okay. But we didn't have anything like this. Growing up in the 70s, 80s, we didn't have these kind of awards, these kinds of get-togethers. We had weddings, and this would be a small wedding in that time. If you remember those kind of weddings, you remember who the most powerful person was at that time. Video cameraman. Wasn't he? With a bright light that as soon as it shone on your face, you were just telling him your PIN numbers and everything. And they always filmed you when you were eating. How many of you had one of these videos when you got married? Yeah? It's good, you should be proud of it. Did you then, when people came round, make them sit through all 3.5 hours of it? Those were the good old days. See, the thing is, kids now, they don't really appreciate what they have. You know, they have mobile phones. We didn't have mobile phones, right? Do you remember going to the phone box with your pockets heavy with coins, 10p's, 5p's, 2p's, putting it in? Did you ever try to kind of shout to your parents who it was before you had to put the 2p in? You ring them up, they pick it up, and before you got the toot, 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 you Mum! Like that. Do you ever try to do that? See, now they've got mobile phones. Garlic, black pepper. These are things that we didn't have at that time. We didn't. Garlic was the thing that foreigners, that smelly stuff that foreigners eat now, you know, it's everywhere here. Or at least everyone smells of garlic. I'm not sure if that's the same thing, but. And also swimming trunks. Kids today take swimming trunks for granted. When I was at school, and we had swimming lessons, tell me if any of you kind of share any of this, or it's just me and I have to go and see a professional. But, did you have this? So when we had swimming classes, there would inevitably be an Asian parent who said to their child, "You need what? Swimming what? Swimming chaddi. A chaddi doesn't make you swim. If you can swim in any chaddi." And they would be sent to swimming classes with their chaddi. And inevitably, we would get to kind of, you know, the lessons themselves. Inevitably, you would see an Asian kid who ran on, probably 5 or 6 actually in my school, there were probably 5 or 6, in their maroon underpants, bought from Wembley International Market. Buy one, get 20 free. One size fits all. And so they would be on their maroon chaddis, the kache, and they would come in and then they would dive into the water. And because they were cheap chaddis and maroon, as soon as they hit the water, the color would start to bleed out. And so if you had 6 kids doing lengths like this, it was like a slow motion aquatic version of the Red Arrows. red, blue, green. And that's why the Asian kids became very good at swimming in circles, because one hand was always holding up your chaddi, and you were just kind of swimming around. I'm so glad it's not just me. Can I say, it's because I have to say, from here, you all look amazing. You look absolutely amazing. And I think it is in order, I think, particularly from the gentlemen, to give the ladies a round of applause, because you do all look fantastic. And with such little effort that you've just thrown it together and you look this good is really amazing. And I think it's only fair that there's a round of applause for the gentlemen as well. I think, congratulations to most of you not making this look like an Indian waiters convention. But do you have this? Whenever I'm putting on a dinner jacket and everything, is there anybody here who just, even for a second, when you put the bow tie on, feel a little bit James Bond? Yeah, a little bit. I do. I'm not wearing a bow tie today. But when I'm putting on the tie and everything, in my head I can hear kind of Goldfinger. And then when I finally dress up and I look in the mirror, what I see, every single time. Every single time. But also the other thing that we've made great progress on is just, how much a part and how much we have contributed to society. Initially those people, my parents' generation who came with nothing, with absolutely nothing, and created homes and jobs and businesses, brought up children. I mean, that's incredible to do it at that time, the 50s, the 60s, the early 70s. And it was much, much later that, 90s, I guess, when I started, that, we started to see a presence in music and in the arts, in TV and film. And this is absolutely true. You may have heard this before, but this is actually true, that when I was about, 4 or 5 years old, there was an uncle who came to the house who said to me, "So, young man, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "Actor." And my dad said, "It's pronounced doctor." And it is true. It is true. He denies it now, but my mother was there as a witness. But also, did you? A lot of you have children. We have children. Do your children do party turns? When people come round, do you say, "Oh, go yes, do a little dance or sing a song"? Did you have to do it when you were younger? Yeah, I did. I'll tell you mine. Mine were singing Oranges and Lemons and Chal 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 Mere Hathi. Those were my two party pieces. And so I used to get up and I enjoyed performing, and other kids enjoyed performing. And then at the age of 15, if you say, "I want to be an actor," it's kind of, do you know what? Not only, round of applause. I think people have noticed. You see, that never happens when I walk into a room. It's Sachin Tendulkar, everybody. We are in the presence. We are in the presence of greatness. It's kind of, and we'll be hearing more from you later on. But I was saying that we were asked to do little performances when we were kids. So Hathi Mere Sathi, Chal 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 Mere Hathi. That was my party piece, and at 15, if you then said, "I want to be an actor," it's like you'd said, "Actually, I'm thinking of going into prostitution." It was suddenly you say, "Wait a minute, you've been making me sing Hathi Mere Sathi since I was 5 years old, and at 15, suddenly it's a terrible thing." And I always thought, do you know how much better it would have been if the parents had made us do something related to what we were going to do when we were older? So, you could be at a party here, and somebody would have their child, and they would say, "This is Andrew, and Andrew is going to play the piano. Just be very encouraging, he's just started." Andrew would go, "Ding, ding, 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 ding," and everyone would go, "That's very good, Andrew, very good." And this is Jemima, and Jemima has been learning ballet. Do some ballet for us, Jemima. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. This is Sanjeev, and he will be performing a tracheotomy on Mrs. Sidhu. Just say very good, very good, very good, very good try, good try, good try, good try. I think that would have been easier for us. So we have come a long way, which is fantastic. And also, I see people that I've seen here before, and that's fantastic. Your continued support is so valued. And people who are here for the first time, it's great to see you, and I hope you also become friends of this evening. I think that we should crack on, shouldn't we? And so we come to the moment now, this evening, when we applaud the winners of the 7th Asian Awards, each chosen by a truly distinguished panel of judges, the Asian Awards Judging Council, made up of key business people, cultural leaders, and eminent political figures, led by the Right Honourable Lord Billy Moria of Chelsea. How lovely to see you as well, sir. Listen, whenever you get the moment, just imagine that Sachin has walked back into the room, because that's okay, so listen, one of the things that is great about this is that it does recognise Asian talent across Asia, from east of the Bosphorus onwards. And all tonight's winners have made a truly global impact on our lives. In business and entrepreneurship, sports, of course, arts, public service, we all owe a debt of gratitude and thanks to those that we are applauding tonight.